Hey, good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo. And as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. Let's get open for business and let's wake up. Wrong remote. The football gods this morning. And let me start this program off this morning on a sad note. Wonder Fuzz, one of the great fans out there, his father passed, and he commented last night, "My dad passed away today. Me and him were both huge Cowboy fans. I don't know how I'm going to continue to watch football without him." Um, I'm very sorry for your loss, Wonder Fuzz. Um, I wish there was something I could say to take the pain away, but there's nothing that can take a loss like that. The only thing we can do, and I try and live my life this way every day, is don't waste a day. You care about someone or something, show it. Let people know around you how you feel because you may not have the opportunity tomorrow. Don't look at it from the standpoint of what you've lost. Look back at all the great times that you had with your dad. Think about all of the wins and losses with the Dallas Cowboys and the joy that you had with them because those memories will always be there. And I wish I knew exactly what to say, but there are no proper words for that. So, on to our Dallas Cowboys. And this is that dreaded time where we've had a taste of football because we've had OTAs and minicamp and stuff, but that taste is just a tease because now you've got till July 25th before the team actually gets out on the field. And I know it's only 5 weeks away, but it's so close, but yet it's still so far. So this is the time of year where we try and fill in the space and all that, the what ifs, possibilities, projections, and all of those thoughts. So there's so much conversation about my quarterback, Dak Prescott, and whether or not he's worth the money that he's probably going to get. Somewhere 32, $33 million, and I believe that that's going to happen next week. I think next week the contract will finally be done. I may be wrong, but I just got that spider sense feeling that that's when it's going to happen. And so the controversy won't end because, of course, there's going to be people that are saying he's overpaid. We should have let him go, or we should have made him stay on his rookie contract and franchise tagged him and stuff. But the bottom line is, Dak now has weapons like he hasn't had before. Dak has a new offensive coordinator that you can almost say he helped to hand pick that will open up things. And the bigger question, as we talk about the power of four, and I believe that quarterbacks in their fourth year, if you look at the statistics, generally speaking, take a bigger leap forward. Now, where Dak Prescott finished last year in yardage was 15th, middle of the pack, 3,885 yards. So the question is, can he actually be a top five passer in yardage in the NFL next year? We look at Russell Wilson. He went from mid 30s to 45 his fourth year. And we look at the group of characters that we have to start the season versus what we started with last year. Last year we had all, and this is not throw shade on our wide receivers and things, but the guys that we started out with last year literally just got to Dallas. And so it's going to be a little bit different because now you've had Amari Cooper. Now you've got Randall Cobb who's in training camp with them and things and building a repertoire. Um, you have a Michael Gallup who now is no longer a rookie and has a little bit experience behind him. And then you have a Jason Witten. So the question is that even conceivable? And I know a lot of you guys are saying dink and dunk Dak, top five in yardage. How? Man, put down the coffee because you must have some rum in it. But no, I don't. Because here's the thing. Think about this now. Dak Prescott was 15th with 3,800 yards passing last year. And when you think about that first half of the season, that was abysmal, where the first 8 games we averaged 208 yards passing per game. Some of those first games were under 200 yards passing, and it was, oh my God, it was ugly. It was hard for me to be able to defend my quarterback because the trolls were coming at me, with all these, "Hey, look, he's pathetic. He's going to be flipping burgers in 2 years." And I said, man, it's a new cast of characters. You lost Dez, you lost Witten. Give it time. Because the second half of the season, he went from an 89 QBR to a 102. He went from 208 yards passing to 278 passing. It's a big difference. You're talking about 68 yards more per game. I'm sorry, 70 yards more per game. And if you actually take the average of the last 8 games of the season, what you actually come up with would be 4,449 yards. And where does that actually fit? If we actually look at the chart here, 4,449 yards is Aaron Rodgers, ahead of Andrew Rodgers. That puts him at 6. What's interesting is he averaged 7.63 yards per pass, which is more than Aaron Rodgers. I know that's hypothetical, but I'm just saying that we've got Amari Cooper here, and I don't think Amari Cooper is going to go downhill. I think Randall Cobb is an upgrade and a guy who can take it to the house and will get more yards after catches. I will say that our tight ends, even though Jason Witten is old, probably will give us a boost earlier part of the season as well. And having the offensive line whole again is also going to give him more time to be able to hit other receivers. So if you take those aspects right there, and we just take his average for the last 8 games of the season, you only need about another 150 yards to hit Andrew Luck, who, by the way, only averaged 7.9 yards per pass. Is it possible? And I put into this equation just getting rid of Scott Linehan, just for the unknown factor of what is Kellen Moore going to do with this offense. Because defensive coordinators don't have a book on what he plans on calling. Yeah, they got an idea, figuring that he came from Scott Linehan's system, but this is all brand new. And a lot of times what you see when you have a Sean McVay or somebody that comes out and starts a new team is it's the unknowns. When RG3, for example, came out in Washington and they started running the pistol offenses, nobody in the pros were really running that. And so it became something new that people had to figure out, and it takes time to figure it out. By the next offseason, of course, with his bad knee, they figured it out where what you do is you knock the snot out of the quarterback, and he won't run as much. So that started to begin the downfall of the pistol offense. And that's the same thing with the new offensive coordinator. Right now in training camp, we've seen 4 wideouts in the red zone. That's unheard of in Scott Linehan's system. You're seeing different formations, and you're hearing the players excited about all the different things that they're doing. It may not be necessarily different plays, but giving the defenses more to think about, and which will create more plays. And putting that together, I think you can probably squeeze another 150 yards on what you were already doing last year. And I believe that Dak Prescott's numbers could conceivably, and here's another wrench into the whole concept, is that Zeke Elliott gets suspended. That means we're going to rely on the pass a little bit more. One other thing to put in there as well, if Tony Pollard is that multi-tool player that we're thinking of, that he's going to be used to help spill Zeke a little bit more, maybe on third downs, and be involved more in the passing game, you may also see more of those passing yards creep up. So I believe that 4,500 yards is definitely a possibility for the Dallas Cowboys and Dak Prescott. Now, my question will be is, hypothetically, if Dak Prescott throws for 4,500 yards next year, does that change any of your opinions on him? All those that say that Dak sucks, that Dak is not an elite, he's a dink and dunker. Will that actually change anything in your mind if he throws for over 4,500 yards? I just want to know if it's about ability or something else. All right, guys, I got to get ready for my day job. You know, they tell me don't quit it. Don and Sandra are moving in this weekend, and I got to put the finishing touches up on in there so they'll be ready to go. I'm Mark Holmes, and I'll see you guys soon.